Hi friends! Today I'm going to read a story to you called Under One Rock. Bugs, slugs, and other Uggs. And I thought I'd sit by my garden to read it because under my potato bag, that's like what's under this rock. So maybe we'll look when I'm done. Okay, this is by Anthony D. Fredericks and illustrated by Jennifer DeRubio. Okay, and it's a really good book. You might want to go to the library and get it or order it or something. Okay, let's see. Here we go. It starts with this letter from a spider. It says, "Dear neighbors, there are many places to live. You may live in a large city or you may live in a small town. You might live on a busy street or a quiet road. Wherever you live, you are part of a community. Many animals live in communities too. Like your community, our communities have different neighbors. Some communities have big animals and small animals. Other communities have green creatures living with blue creatures. There are even communities of animals with big mouths. Our neighbors, the frogs. We animals have learned something important. We may be different, but we all live in the same space. This space is called a habitat. A habitat is an area where certain animals or plants normally live. It means we have links that may help us survive. It also means that what affects one of us may affect all of us. I hope you enjoy visiting our special community. It is a place with many neighbors. To learn about one of us is to know about all of us. That's because we all live together. Your eight-eyed friend, Spider." Okay, so here we go. Look at this. And you can tell that the sun's shining from over here. It's getting late in the evening, but I didn't want to be out here too late at night because one of the bugs, slugs, and other Uggs that's out here, Mr. Mosquito. And I don't like to have Mr. Mosquito bite me up. So I'm going to read before he comes out and bothers me. So here we go. "Here's a field for insects to play in and acres of shade for turtles to lay in, with wind-brushed trees for birds to nest in and sun-splashed spaces for lizards to rest in. This is where on this summer day there lay a rock, all rough and gray." So I guess we'll look at this rock. Do you see that rock? Huh. It's got a lot of beautiful flowers around it. This is the rock. Oh, they give a great big close-up of the rock. See? I have a feeling that this is the habitat. "The rough gray rock was discovered by chance by a brown-skinned boy in ragged pants, a curious lad who wondered aloud, what could be hiding in the red, rich ground? Let's see. He lifted the rock, all rough and gray, that he saw in the field on that summer's day, and there he found some varied creatures, a village of animals with special features." See, there he is, peeking under the rock. Oh, what do you think he sees? Oh, I think I see a wiggly worm. Oh, I see some other things too. You might want to get this book so that you can see all the things close up and personal. Oh, look. These are the earthworms, all squiggly and round, who aerate the soil in the red, rich ground. Below the rock, all rough and gray, that hides a whole crowd on a summer's day. Look at all those worms. Ugh. I used to be afraid of worms, but I'm not afraid of worms anymore. Oh, wow. Oh my, look at this. There's a spider. It says, "This is the spider with her eight-eyed face who builds a home in this cool, dark place. A home near the army of hundreds of ants who dig twisting tunnels and farm tiny plants. Neighbors to earthworms, all squiggly and round, who aerate the soil in the red, rich ground. Below the big rock, all rough and gray, that hides a whole crowd on a summer's day." Oh my. Oh, look here. Do you see what's on this page? See these? Oh, and look at this. This little path. Oh, I bet we'll read about that. "This is the beetle, all shiny and black, with grooves running down both sides of his back. A friend of the spider with her eight-eyed face, they live side by side in this cool, dark place. A home near the army of hundreds of ants who dig twisting tunnels and farm tiny plants. Neighbors to earthworms, all squiggly and round, who aerate the soil in the red, rich ground. below the big rock, all rough and gray, that hides the whole crowd on a summer's day. Oh my. Oh my, my, my. Let's see. Ooh! Look at this. Oh, these live nearby. Oh, let's see. Some tiny field crickets who sing with their feet search near the rock for some seeds they can eat. They live with the beetle all shiny and black, with grooves running down both sides of his back. A friend of the spider with an 8-eyed face, they live side by side in this cool, dark place. A home near the army of hundreds of ants who dig twisting tunnels and farm tiny plants. Neighbors to earthworms, all squiggly and round, who aerate the soil in the red, rich ground. Below the big rock, all rough and gray, that hides a whole crowd on a summer day. Look at this beautiful flower on this picture. Oh, yeah. Those crickets, a lot of times I can hear crickets whenever I sit outside. And right now, I hear a lot of birds. Can you hear the birds? I can also hear a motorcycle. My community is near a road and we can sometimes hear motorcycles. I can often hear birds. Sometimes hear cars. Okay. Oh my. Here's another one. Look at this. Do you see that? Oh, wow. That's a millipede. Let's read about that. A sole millipede with sensitive feel slips through the dirt in search of a meal. He plows by the crickets who sing with their feet and search near the rock for some seeds they can eat. They live with the beetle all shiny and black, with grooves running down both sides of his back. He's a friend of the spider with her 8-eyed face. They live side by side in this cool, dark place. A home near the army of hundreds of ants who dig twisting tunnels and farm tiny plants. Neighbors to earthworms, all squiggly and round, who aerate the soil in the red, rich ground. Below the big rock, all rough and gray, that hides a whole crowd on a summer's day. You'd never think all those things could be under one great big rock, huh? Oh, here's something that's looking a little slimy. Look. Can you see that? They're the ones that are making those paths. Do you see those paths? Oh, now we finally get to see who made the paths. These 6 tiny slugs, all covered with slime, creep over the soil, eating most of the time. Past one millipede with a sensitive feel who slips through the dirt in search of a meal, and plows past the crickets who sing with their feet that search near the rock for some seeds they can eat. They live with the beetle all shiny and black, with grooves running down both sides of his back. He's a friend of the spider with her 8-eyed face. They live side by side in this cool, dark place. A home near the army of hundreds of ants who dig twisting tunnels and farm tiny plants. Neighbors to earthworms, all squiggly and round, who aerate the soil in the red, rich ground. Below the big rock, all rough and gray, that hides a whole crowd on a summer's day. Ooh, look here. Beautiful flowers and somebody's feet. I like those shoes. The creatures and critters live together as one beneath the gray rock, away from the sun. A collection of neighbors, the large and the small, and the place where they live is home to them all. Now back in the back, they have all these notes about the different creatures. Oh my goodness. You're gonna have to go to the library and get this book, or else order it. I think you can order it. If I find a link, I'll put it below. I hope that you enjoyed that. I think that's a wonderful book. Oh look, one thing that they didn't have an extra page for, but they talked about. Look here, the army of ants. Now, let's see what's under my potato sack. Because I don't have a big rock, but I do have a potato sack. I have some little rocks. Okay, let's move this one, okay? And let's see what we find under there. Ooh, maybe I'll move 2 of them. Oh, do you see this? Squirmy wormies. Look at the worm. Oh, and there, look at that. That's a different kind. And there's like a pill bug. Oh, and another one. Can you see that stuff? Oh, look. A lot of pill bugs. Oh, and there's a, oh, what's that? That's like a snail. Look at that. They all live under my potato bag. Yeah, so I'm gonna put my potato bags back. Oh, I'll move this one over here. Oh, and one time out in my garden recently, which I think I put one of those short videos up underneath one of my black sheets, whenever I picked it up because I was getting my garden ready for spring, was a snake. So that's what lives in my garden. Worms and pill bugs and snakes and spiders. Oh my goodness. Oh my, oh my. Oh, and then the other day I also saw a little like mole jump out and go running. So anyhow, see, I wonder what all lives in the garden. But if you're really quiet, you'll also hear all of the birds. Do you hear them? Okay, well, I hope you liked that story about the habitat underneath that gray rock. Maybe you can find a big gray rock or a potato bag to look under and see what's there. I'll talk to you later. Bye.